This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. My name is Dr. Doug Smith. Very happy you could join us for our podcast today. We try to keep these podcasts very short and very to the point. We cover science. That's what we do here. This is a scientific podcast, and we present science. Our science is specifically geared towards those individuals who have found themselves dependent upon the opioid. The definition of being dependent upon the opioid is that when you try to quit taking the opioids, you get sick. That's our definition. Uh, I hope you had a chance to watch our podcast last Thursday. We actually showed the document that is responsible for the opioid crisis. I realize that is a very difficult thing for people to wrap their heads around. Okay, but yes, go and look at that document. That is the single document that is responsible for the opioid crisis. There's no other document involved. That's the one. And the reason that that document had the power, the ability to cause something as massive as the opioid crisis is because of two things specific about that document. Number one, that document's what's called an industry guidance. These are the rules that every single pharmaceutical company will follow in order to be in lockstep, in compliance with the FDA. And if you're a pharmaceutical company and you want to make money, which they all do, you better keep the FDA happy. Okay, and so when they put out an industry guidance document, you will follow it, and that's a great system. Except if the FDA puts out an industry guidance document that's wrong, and it has a mistake, well, that mistake is going to be multiplied throughout the entire pharmaceutical industry, and that's exactly what happened in the opioid crisis. The FDA put out a document with a mistake in it, and that mistake was promulgated throughout the entire pharmaceutical industry. So go and look at the document. And by the way, it's posted on our website. You can look through the whole thing. What we're doing today is we're going inside the document. Okay, we're going to show you exactly where inside the document that the error occurred. And as amazing as it is that that one single document is responsible for the opioid crisis, the error inside the document occurred on one single page, one single section. Really, it's that section 2B that we're looking at right here. Okay, you're looking at what caused the entire opioid crisis. This is it. Okay, and look at the science for yourself. Don't take my word for anything. Okay, look at the science. Come to your own conclusions. Okay, and what you're looking at, and you'll see it says right there, 2B, description of the two options for the standard battery 2.2. This is where the error occurred that caused the entire opioid crisis. Okay, and I'm reading from the document itself, and it's right there on the screen in front of you. The following two options for the standard battery are considered equally suitable. See note 4. And then right there you see it says option 1, option 2. Okay. Now, look again at the title of this document and look for the word genotoxicity. Okay. This is the FDA industry guidance document to prevent genotoxicity in drugs that are used in humans. All right. What's genotoxicity and why do we want to prevent it? Genotoxicity is genetic damage. Geno, gene, toxicity, poisoning. Okay, genotoxicity, you're trying to prevent poisoning to the DNA, poisoning to the genetics. That's what you're doing if you're going to prevent genotoxicity. And these are the instructions of how to prevent genotoxicity. And you can see right here in front of you. Okay, gene mutation assay says right there under option 1, number 2, the last 3 words, gene mutation assay, gene mutation assay. So the FDA is saying, okay, if you're a pharmaceutical company and you're going to make pharmaceutical products for humans, you're first going to make sure that there's no gene mutation. Mutation is a change in the sequence of the DNA, a change in the sequence of the DNA. And it's very important that we check for that. Okay, this is what causes cancer. This is bad stuff. You don't want a genetic mutation caused by a drug. And so right there, you see, option 1, number 1, a test for gene mutation in bacteria. Okay, gene mutation assay. Okay, and then as you go on down through here, you'll see that there's also changes for chromosomal damage. Okay, and you see it in option 1, number 3. Okay, a test for chromosomal damage. So you see a test for genetic mutation and a test for chromosomal damage. That's great. It's wonderful. We need that. Okay, I have no complaints against that. But there should have been another section. And there's not. There should have been another section. There's 3 ways that a drug can damage DNA. Okay, genetic mutation is one, and that's covered here. Okay, chromosomal damage, chromosomal abnormalities is another, and that's covered here. Where's the section on methylation? It's not here. Where's the section on genetic methylation? What test do you, FDA, what test do you want us to do to check for methylation? Crickets, silence. FDA didn't require a check for methylation. No plausible scientific explanation. No plausible scientific explanation. Methylation is just as dangerous as mutation. Methylation is just as dangerous as a chromosomal abnormality. Okay, so guess what damage the opioids caused? Okay, for those of you following along at home, if you guessed methylation, genetic methylation, DNA methylation, you were right. FDA, in this document right here, on this page right here, says to the pharmaceutical industry, you will check for genetic mutation. You will check for chromosomal abnormalities. Crickets when it comes to DNA methylation. Opioids cause DNA methylation, which means opioids poison the DNA. There's your entire opioid crisis right there. It's not that hard to understand. You're looking at it right here. You're looking at the entire opioid crisis. For those of you who had a loved one who died in the opioid crisis, you're looking at what happened. For those of you now who find yourself opioid dependent, you try to stop taking the opioids, you get sick, you lose control of your internal organs, and you want to know how it happened, you're looking at it right here. Human error. Human error. This is an error. This is a mistake. Okay, there's no plausible explanation for this. There's no rationale that can be supplied to, oh, we did it this way because. No. FDA, you screwed up. And you never caught your mistake. Okay, millions and millions and millions of people are now, at least as far as we know, permanently genetically damaged. Okay, hopefully one day we'll have a reversal for methylation, but we don't right now. So right now they're permanently genetically damaged. Okay, many of them, possibly all of them, are going to need treatment for the rest of their life. And we believe that well, and we know methylation is inheritable. Okay, People magazine put out an article this week about the children born with neonatal abstinence syndrome, children born dependent to opioids, and how they seem to have a lot of learning disabilities. Well, yeah, what do you think is going to happen when you genetically damage something as important as the primary opioid receptor? Of course, it's going to be involved in neurologic development. Okay, so there it is. Take a look at it. Okay, we're going to hold here for today. We try not to cover too much information in one day. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. We're not going to be here. Wednesday's Christmas Day. We're not going to be here. Thursday, I'm traveling. So this is our only podcast this week. It's holiday week. We'll be back next Monday. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. I'm always here. Somebody want to get in touch with me, get in touch with me. Okay. In fact, I will work with Alex to make sure that there's a way to get in touch with me. If you got any questions and you want to get in touch with me, I'm here. I want to be here for you. I realize this is heavy stuff. Okay. I realize what this stuff can do to a person emotionally. Okay. Whether it was done to you or someone you love. Okay. FDA made a mistake and lives were permanently altered. I get that. The reason I'm here is because I get that. So great holidays. Alex, to you and your family, great holiday. Also, Alex, this podcast could not happen without you. Lord knows I'd never figure out how to work this software stuff. So, Alex, I hope you and your family have a great holiday. Everybody, we'll be back next week. See you on Monday. Thank you. Bye-bye.